I've been working on this poem that I call the Catacon, and I'm going to read from this little chapbook that I made, and I brought some copies to give to people if anybody wants one. Come find me. This shift bore lard, hissed laminar tunk the way war crests fast forever. Hissed laminar sure remediates incognizable primal light, sweating plastic bags of grease, gray vestments of lesser subtlety, a vesture of what comes inside throne, inside throne, inside throne. Watch me close up the whole face of the ground with the open side of my body. This weeping, maturating show, I know I'd pill flame into febrile antecedents, how we manifest according to similitude alone, breathline, according to capacity. Press pearls in through the open holes in our cheeks, can't shake the dust off denim, silted lungs, even two great gateways, mercy and grace. Cut me back to the world, come compass me back to this world, strung phylacteries, planting compliance, tiny stars pointed once the guys of the taqueria were shot in the chest. Plugging compulsory quilting points, arms wrapped however unwillingly around the waist of resurrection, I bundle fibrous glands from your midsection, constrals, Gnostic recidives, these fucking dogs underfoot around the house, or something the surface pills from resurrection, tumid, insolent. Min is not wolves, man to men errant, something sacred. Min is man's wolf or something. Availability is also a kind of work or something. Social gelatin sacrificed as content to survive as form. The role software senseless. The soldier's body mort senseless. Deodand. Forgetting or inventing sense brings rules into existence. Desuetude finally to innervate the social gelatin. If ox-score be stone flaccid on an adjective, to live no meat ever came to her arms, abandoned by the meat we know. All this panting, saying short's the reason for swept guts in the garbage. That debt appeared meat, broadcast bodies of debt live again as meat, an awful condescension and to sacrifice one's right for said meat, said debt. Engage bodies for debt, would even eat it with the teeth as debt, as meat. A body both ashen and eaten. Your body asserts too, I am your body. We ourselves are its food. White filleted social ground pestle sweetly mitigated in the womb. Encomiastic first when we were under law, transire, first into the light to tend sores separately. One bandage at a time so that the negative ring of the word shows Messiah, more like badly mauled prey than copy. You see how many bodies, how many demons and stones we see through. A man whose fraud of law had sold to those with sums to pay, those who sacrificed their rights for debt, the mortgage stone that covered her. Bernard of Clairvaux writes in his sermons on the Nativity, I am masticated when I am reproved. I am swallowed when I am instructed. I undergo decomposition in the stomach when I change my life. I am digested when I am transformed. I am assimilated when I am conformed. My mouth of itself gathers foam, hammers, same, same, same. Her eyes prize the fatness of my throat, milk seeping from the corners of her lips, her nostrils fairly pouring forth her throat in propulsive waves against my face. I turn on my knees, arms linked behind me with comrades. Creativity is intrinsic to law like a cloud is intrinsic to snow, snow to blood, which means also to have died to law. We think when we don't recognize we think, when years are shortened to months, months, weeks, weeks, days, days, hours. When corn will bear a half measure, one thing 1,000 clusters, and one heaven-like cluster of copper. Hope that is seen is not hope. Laws are simply clauses backed by threats, rules, guides. We now love wounds and not delight in blood. Blood will reach the chest of horses as it mingles with the sea. Its cooling has boiled bones to pieces in its mists. There will be no moisture on earth that does not delight. Lefebvre says, Quote, integrity can be upheld as a political value only if we reflexively presuppose that our state is a unified community intentionally practicing integrity. And we can't suppose it is. That it will practice, will bodies, bless you. Horizontal elasticity, their longitudinal slits cut solitary and aggrieved and pleated. The truth is, I hear through the resonance of the inside of my face, through my teeth, though I am at once a corruption of all I possess and the future of this corruption as a posited, breathing thing. A truth. Stretching the meat of my death, stretching to meet real intimacy, so the sun might eat, a sacrifice which only posits a sacred second thing. Taylor Brady says, quote, how much of this debt script was I playing out in which I felt how I acted and reacted in love, as fire concerts fire, concomitant of the way I love or delimit love? In what ways do love's prescriptions finally depend on the sun devouring the beloved? Urged to see by eating, why, you ask me by blood rather than by word. Why, you ask, can't eat penance, a stole, the appellation blood bestowed on earth and pulls beside earth, objectively in the mouth. My side opened like a sickled cleft, and pressed against the wet earth like a birth canal, like to perjure, if preserved monstrous, is taken by intromission like the eyes of the heart. Like, see, he's no creature spat to suffer passability. Herein is all my soldiership wrecked against a sucking hole. The only arms I bear will it. Filling baskets, plate of supple wives, her lapid folds racked loose, warring life by licking my sides into shape. Were loose love wanting the savage rambutts of the Werther pool? Yes, suckling with an infant mouth, a warranty of peace from the spot on earth. Dick's torque too tight to crank down. What sort of judgment a man, what pretense should be chewed through? What sacred cakes crumbled for the earth's yawning, one day undoing what's done the next? Thank you.